Right, today's going to be different. In today's video I'm going to show you how I tune my 4-wheel drive drift setups. First thing I normally do is that I choose I like to choose a car that people don't normally use. Say for this Honda Prelude, I've probably just butchered the name, but oh well. And then once I've chosen this, I go straight into upgrade shop. And the first thing I do is make it 4-wheel drive. And I know 4-wheel drive is a sin in the drifting community, but remember, it's Forza 7, it's just a fucking game. And then after that we go to engine swap, and I like to put the 3.7 litre V6 VVT engine in. Mostly because the 1.6 turbo rally engine doesn't produce as much power after upgrading it. And then if we go to aspiration conversion, most people would put the twin turbos, but I like to put in the supercharger, for only the reason being is in drifting you don't want any lag between your foot going to the floor and any power coming to the rear. Because predominantly in 4-wheel drive all the power is mainly sent to the rear end, with probably like maybe 10 or 15% sent to the front. Now with any sort of turbo, you're going to get turbo lag, and that does exist in this game, and it's rather horrible when your rear end kicks out so much because all of a sudden the turbo's kicked in, y'all. So I like to put a supercharger in, so that way it's instant power as soon as you put your foot down. So after all that, you basically go to your engine, go mad, upgrade absolutely everything, and by the end of it, in this Honda, you'll end up with about 702 brake horsepower. And then after that, you basically go mad on the handling, drivetrain. With the tyres and rims, this is a little different, because some people like to go to the drag tyres, some like to go for the sport tyre compound. I like to stay with the street tyre. But at the moment it's like sort of the best balance between grip and not grip. And when you come to the width, just max it out, because a maximum I had is 225, so they're like bike wheels still. If it goes anywhere over 300, you may need to question it, but I'd say try it out. I mean, there's always free play, so you can always try it out there. But usually I just max it out for looks because it's a game. Wheels, I don't really care what you choose. With the aero, there is no sort of like show off parts, and you don't really need it for drifting, so I just left it looking stock. So after that, if we get into the tunes, I pump the front tyre PSI up by probably 1, leave it by 30. If it was Forza 4, that bitch will be 50. That number would be 50, because on Forza 4 it was like that really. In the gearing section, I'll leave that for now. We'll go back to it later on. So in alignment, basically in the front and the rear, I like to put -5, just the maximum I could put out. And in the toe, you want everything on the opposite end. You want everything -5 on the out. And then on the caster, you want it to just be 2. You don't want it too low, but you don't want it like anywhere near the middle. And when we come to the anti-roll bars, I just like to put the roll bars down a little, not too much, not too little. And then the front obviously is going to be a lot more higher up, because you want to have that steering capability while the rear end's going mental. Spring wise, it's all the same story again, but this time just not as much. Ride height, I like to put it down to the bottom and then bring it up by 1. I don't know why, it just helps. With like rebound stiffness, it's sort of like the same thing. The rear end make it a little bit softer than the front. Not too much going on there. No downforce needed. Braking, I just like to put it up from 100% to 112. That's probably like with all my tunes and all my cars. Now this is where it gets a bit difficult. for some people. When you come up to differential, you need to upgrade your differential to do this. Basically have your acceleration up to 100 with 0% in deacceleration. In the rear, just my personal preference, I like to put it up to 75% on deacceleration. Don't ask me why, it just works for me. But usually everyone has that on 0, and then I like to put the power, for this car at least, at 80%, because that just feels right. Some people are mad enough to put it at 85 or even 90, but for me I just like to keep it at 80, just keeps the car balanced when I'm going sideways. And right, once you've done all that, you'll have a car that's quite nice, easy to drift, and frankly you don't really have to think about it too much. I mean, settings wise, what I have assists on, some people are going to hate me for it. I like to have the suggested line on full. I have ABS on, normal steering, traction control off, stability control off, shifting to just keep it on manual. It's a game, I'm not trying to go ultra, oh my god, I will have so much control. No, I just want it on manual. Damage, have a cosmetic. I have a rewind on just for offline play. In case I do crash, I don't really want to look at the damage I've caused. Just rewind it and yeah, keep the car pretty. Friction assist I keep off. I think it's the most annoying thing in this game at the moment. But I do realise it's there for when the rain comes, but I never turn on the rain, so I don't need it. And when you're drifting, the friction assists, I don't know what it is, but when I have it on, it sort of tries to make the car go straight again. And that's not what I want. So I'll just leave it as is. And yeah, really. Now I've got this car looking nice and sweet. Let's go and paint. And then I'll just show it off to you. And yeah, if you like this sort of video, I don't know, like and subscribe. Oh, don't. I said don't subscribe. Don't subscribe to my channel. Shit. Well, just like, I'm more on comments than anything, on feedback, whether you think my voice is shit, which case I've got Audacity, I think it's and yeah, see you soon, hopefully.